Coming up on I'm Not Judging But Today.
Kids tend to get mobile phones around that sort of age, and then they ask to swap numbers because they're not going to be going to the same schools as their mates, so to keep in touch. And it's a really tricky one, but the big conversation you've got to have is, I'm parenting you, my child, you. Yeah. I can't parent that other kid. I can't, you cannot do that. That's life.
It drives me mad. And it really angers me when people, I don't mind you putting your towel on if you're going to be there at like 9 a.m, right?
Yeah.
Do not put your towel on the sunbed and then rock up at 1 p.m.
No.
Like, unacceptable.
And often it can feel really difficult to go against the grain, and we feel that guilt and that shame that sometimes the way that we parent our children can be really viewed as a bit lazy or a bit negative. And actually, it works because our kids have got different brains, their nervous systems are different, so we need to parent them differently.
Hi, gorgeous girlies. How you doing?
Hello.
You all right? Yeah.
Who are you asking? You have to do that where you have to say, you all right,
yes, I do.
Charlie? Are you all right? Bitch.
Charlotte Fuge. Charlotte Louise Claire Fuge.
Goodness, we've middle named me. I am good, although I'm feeling slightly emotional today, so you might have to look after me.
Oh, God, why? What's going on?
It was Megan's last sports day. Because when they go to secondary school, you don't get to go and watch as parents anymore. So I went to the final sports day today, and as she's my youngest, it was the last one.
Totes emotion.
It was totes emotion. And it was lovely. And the teachers were amazing. And it was awesome. And I held back the tears. Jojo's like, did you cry? I held back the tears, but the entire time I was sending commentary to you two.
Yes. I loved them. I couldn't load the photo, and then when it did, I was like, oh, a little face.
With all of her stickers.
With all of her stickers, I know.
She's so good. Oh my gosh. I also had sports day today.
Me too.
Oh my God. Triple sports day. Go sports. Go sports. It was a very different experience, I feel, to the one that you had. Nora woke up this morning and was like, oh God, it's sports day.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. She's just not a fan. And she had to do the 400 meters and the long jump. And I was like, just go and have fun, darling. Don't stress about it. And do you know what? She really couldn't care less, which is what I love, because it's not like she's like disinterested or kind of not great, but then really cares about it. She literally just sat there. She like threw this vortex and she just threw it, and she was like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. And then just walked away. And then this other girl came up and she threw it, and it went an absolute mile, like, and basically ended up in the car park. And we were like, whoa. Wow. And Nora was like, yeah, good. Like cheering on her friend. She was like, just didn't care. Nice. And I think that to me is great. Like, I love the fact that she's just care. Like, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. I'm happy for my friends and I'll just be here. So I didn't cry, other than with slight laughter because she was being funny. What about you, Vix? How was your sports day? Any tears?
Oh, do you know what? There were no tears, just the look of anger from Prim when she feels like she was, how do you say it? Like
robbed?
She was robbed. She was robbed in the 3-legged race. She was robbed, girls. Her and her friend I was like, oh my God, she might actually win this. And then, when they started getting out of sync, and then it was just like, and I think they came second or third, and they didn't get a place. And she was fuming, looking at me, trying to sign at me about how angry she was. Livid. But I brought her sister Daisy and Daisy's mate with me because they had the in-service training day today. So it was lovely. So they were like, stand up for Prim. And like, we were like cheering her.
Justice for Prim! Justice for Prim! And the 3-legged race! It's like Deirdre Barlow all over again.
Yeah. I'm getting t-shirts.
Yeah. We'll wear them, won't we, Chol?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh my God, I love her. What an icon. I love that there was a 3-legged race. That makes me really happy.
We had a 3-armed race, but they just had to hold hands and run.
I don't think that's a thing, is it?
No. Well, there was a lot of chatter about, will one of them just pull the other? Just drag the other. Do you know what I mean?
I love
that
it.
was very exciting. Megan was in that one.
Was she?
She was, yeah. She won
amazing.
that one.
Oh,
with
she's
mate
so good. She's so sporty. Love
she
it.
had her stickers. Oh,
She's your
I was
own
dead
little-
proud.
little
She had
sporty
like
spice.
a face on her, pure concentration. I was like, she's in the zone.
Oh my God, she's there. She's there. Whereas Nora's like looking at butterflies going past her. Just like her mother. Let's just say that. So, have you seen on social media, people have been talking about Argentina and the World Cup, but not about the football, about the sports. So now we should say at the time of recording this episode, Argentina are still in the World Cup. They may or may not be by the time this airs. So let's hope parents have paid off their debts by now. But basically what's happened, and I am so behind this, I think this is genius, okay? So basically Argentine authorities asked US officials to block some fans from entering World Cup stadiums. So they let them travel, but just blocked them from the stadiums. 13,000 parents, most of them fathers who fail to meet a responsibility as fundamental as feeding their children, must face the consequences. If they do not provide for their children, they will not be allowed into the stadium.
I just love it.
I think that is snaps
to Argentina.
I think that's
Amazing.
brilliant. Like really hit them where it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The football. You can
football.
travel.
But if you can afford to go and support the World Cup, support your kid.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly.
There's just something about it that just feels really sweet.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful, isn't it? Like, how great. Like, to just go, no, we're not putting up with this.
Yeah.
Like you say, hit them where it hurts.
Yeah.
It really feels like the government are protecting the people.
Yes.
Yeah, loved it. More of that, please.
More
of that. Coming up, Vix, have you overheard any dramas in the playground this week?
Oh, you know I have.
That was so dramatic. For those listening, not watching, she just did a full-on hair flick.
You know it, girls.
Brilliant.
And we've been taking a trip down memory lane when a listener has asked us about what films we'd recommend that our kids should watch at least once.
Amazing.
I loved doing this.
Yeah. And we're also going to be talking to an autism expert as well later on. So we'll be looking forward to that.
Yes, absolutely. It's time for Overheard in the playground. Vix, what have
Here
you
I
heard?
am.
Here she
What
is.
have I
Give us
heard?
another-
happening?
Give us another hair flick and tell us what's happening.
Well, okay. So swish, swish.
Swish, swish.
So basically, a friend of mine at a different school, she's got a child in year 5 now, and in year like 2, 3, a load of them got together, all the parents, probably on a WhatsApp, and made an agreement that they wouldn't give the kids a mobile phone until they were like 13 and 14, say. So absolutely not in primary school. So anyway,
Oh dear.
you can guess what's happened.
Someone's broken
Somebody
the code.
has broken the code. So all of the kids are now going home going, well, so-and-so's got a phone. I want one. And it's just caused uproar to the point where it's, somebody saw 2 mums having an argument about it in the playground. So it's now kind of affecting friendships. The kids are all fuming, and it's not good. It's not good.
That kid's broken the weak link, haven't they?
Yeah.
In the chain, and now everything's just going
Crumbled
It's
down.
all falling apart.
Crumbled
Exactly. So I'm not judging, but I'm fully in agreement with the whole kind of pledge. I reckon it's brilliant.
Yes.
And I really hope that I can do that, but I'm not setting up any WhatsApp groups. But I just, for it to affect friendship and, for it to cause like this real nastiness, it seems to be going on. I just think you've kind of got to take a step back and think, circumstances have changed, whatever, they are responsible for their child and what they do, even though they have made this agreement. But I just feel like you can still stay in the agreement. You can still do what you think is right. So what do you think, girls?
I think that you just said something amazing there. And this is a conversation that we...
She's flicked her
My hair again.
This is a conversation that we've been having a lot in our household at the minute, because I feel like in year 6 as well, particularly in that year, when you know that you're going to be moving on to different schools, the kids tend to get mobile phones around that sort of age, and then they ask to swap numbers because they're not going to be going to the same schools as their mates, so to keep in touch. And it's like, it's a really tricky one, but the big conversation you've got to have is, I'm parenting you, my child, you. Yeah. I can't parent that other kid. I can't, you cannot do that. That's life, right? So you may have made the pledge, that situation changed for that parent and that kid, and that's okay. You can't demonize that. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't, like you were saying, you shouldn't fall out with friendships. You shouldn't do that. But if you want to keep the pledge, that's your decision.
Yes.
Ultimately, parent your child. You can't then be parenting somebody else's. Yeah. And that's one of the big conversations that we've had with my children, is that when they're like, oh, but so-and-so, you get it all the time, don't you? So-and-so's allowed this. So-and-so's allowed that. And my comment is always, yeah, but I'm not their mum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I completely agree with everything you've both said. And I think that, yes, because we've got a similar pledge with Nora's class, where the whole year has said that they've agreed not to get a phone until at least year 7. If somebody broke that pledge, I'd be like, okay, well, that's their business. Like they've obviously, like you said, have decided to do that for, I'm sure, a very valid reason. We don't know what goes on in their lives. So really, we can't, I'm not judging, but you can't judge someone because you don't know the full story. And also, like you said, just keep your pledge for if you want to do it, you stick at it and focus on that for your child. And a thought that keeps coming into my head is, do you think the kids got together and decided whose parent would break first? And then thought,
like, who's the weak one?
Who's the weak link, right? If we break the weak link, then maybe the whole thing will just tumble like Jenga.
And we're all going to end up with iPhones coming out of our ears.
Geniuses.
Because kids are devious. They're devious. Smart. But then that's probably just me being a bit loopy-loo. So
I love it.
But that's where my brain went. So yeah, that's me. So yeah, just don't stress about it. You do you.
Yeah.
Focus on your own child.
Don't let it break friendships.
And if you're really annoyed about it, go to your outside of school besties and complain about it to them.
Yeah. Side note WhatsApp. Exactly. I do get it though. Like on the flip side, I do get it, because like when your daughter's close friend is allowed to do something that you don't want them to do, that is tough. Yeah. So on the flip side, that is tricksy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time for Tell Me Everything. Your inner, most darkest secrets. No, it's all right. I already know them. Last time we shared our TV recommendations, but this week we're stepping up to the big screen and talking about giving our kids a proper film education. Very important. We've had a message from Simon in Birmingham who wants some suggestions for films for the whole family that they can enjoy together, with one important rule: no animated movies allowed. So I've got to say, I watched Legally Blonde with Nora yesterday to kick this off.
Oh, how'd it go?
Great, she loved it.
Yes.
I mean, her favourite thing was the Chihuahua through the whole movie, especially when the Chihuahua came out in the little hat.
So cute.
So cute.
And then when they go and save the doggy.
Yeah,
they go and save the doggy.
Such a great film.
Such a good film. And then, and we also watched Grease 2 the other day.
Love it.
Reproduction. Baby, give it to me now.
You went that low.
Oh my God, I tried. It's really funny, right? So Steve is like, he loves foreign films, he loves subtitles, he loves films that nobody's ever heard of, right? Is one of his things. He's got a massive DVD collection. He loves films. He's a bit snobby about it, a bit like with tea. Okay, similar vibes. So
got it.
But then when we first started dating, we were talking and we got onto the fact that we both adore Grease 2. And I was like, what? Because he used to watch it when he was a kid with his sister. So we watched it the other night with Nora and we were both like singing along to the songs. Like, we
love
gotta
that.
tonight. And it was so good. And it was so funny. And Nora was just kind of sat in the middle of us like this. Like just looking at us like we were absolute maniacs. And it got to the end, and I think basically I got overexcited about it, and I was really kind of like, did you love it? Did you love it? It's the best thing ever, right? It's great, right? The song's great. And she's like, it was okay. I was like, what do you mean it was okay? What do you mean it was okay? And I was like,
my God.
It's like, did you like it? She went, uh-huh. And I was like, okay, I I may have pushed it too far.
Do you know what you just reminded me of?
What?
Jess Foster-Q, when she came on and she was saying about how her son, when he started to go towards like something that wasn't football, and she was like, do you love it? Do you love it? Do you love it? You literally just reminded me of that exact thing. Throwback, pod throwback.
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So those are my 2 recent educational movies that I've shown Nora.
Well done.
Yeah, thank
Great
you.
choices. Well
I
done.
thought so. Apparently
High
Nora,
fives.
not so much. Vix, what would you go to?
Oh, I haven't watched it for ages, but The Princess Bride. Have you ever watched it? Oh, it's so lovely, and it has got some great actors and actresses in it. It's got Carrie Yules as the main, like, prince. It's got, I'm going to say this wrong, Mandy Patinkin.
I don't know who any of these people are. When is it from?
It's very old. It's probably because I'm older than you. It's the 80s, and it's just magical, and it's just, I just love it. But the other one I love is Practical Magic.
Oh, yeah.
And I cannot wait. But, you know, I haven't watched it. I think, have I watched it with Daisy? I can't remember. But it's real risky because you remember, don't you, what it's like. And then, like, the other day when I told you girls, I was like, oh, let's watch Bruce Almighty. And then it was an absolute disaster because, like, he F-bombed in the first, like, 10 minutes and Prim was just like, what? And then there was a fight scene and she was like, turn it off. I don't want to be seeing this. I was like, oh, my God, maybe it's not appropriate. Okay. Because you forget, don't you? So I'm not sure whether Practical Magic is appropriate for a 9-year-old.
I mean,
but it's
I'm
just
pretty
so
sure that
magical
they
and
bury somebody in the
wonderful.
garden, don't they?
Yes. Oh, my God. I want her to be my wife.
Grow out of it. I mean, I remember being quite
It's a
scared,
no
and I
then.
watched it
Yes.
in my mid
maybe
to late
teens.
teens.
Yes.
So I'm not sure Prim's ready.
No, I don't think she is. And thank you
If
for
Bruce
reminding
Almighty,
me.
the violence in
burial.
that upset her. I think maybe buried in the
Definitely
garden.
know
not
what? Just
the
don't
murder
take my
of a
advice.
man in a rose garden.
Princess Bride for the win. Okay. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Charlie?
Okay, so number 1 spot goes to She's the Man.
You love
Amazing.
this.
I flippin' love it. So not only do my kids love it, it's like a comfort blanket. We've watched it 1 million trillion times because it's so great and it just never gets old. And she is brilliant in it. And it's great. So basically, she's a twin. So she has a twin brother. He's really into music and arts and stuff. And she's really into football. And he has a place at a college that have a really good football team. And she joins it, but as her twin brother. So he goes to London for the summer and like goes and works on his music and does all of that. So then she basically becomes her twin brother with the help of her friends who are great, and then goes there to then be part of the boys' football team to prove that as a girl, she's just as good as a boy.
Nice.
And then she
Brilliant. Love it.
plays her ex-boyfriend's team. And he doesn't know that he's playing against his ex-girlfriend because obviously she's the twin brother. Are
She
you
the
with
man.
me? Anyway,
No spoilers.
it's great.
Love it. I love it.
It's
Any
so
more?
good.
Any more?
Yes. Parent Trap, wholesome, always a goodie.
Yeah, we've watched that. That's a goodie.
Right, it's so good.
Love it.
There's also one that you mentioned, Charles. It's one of your faves, and it always makes me think of you and us being younger, which is
Do we
Father
have
of the
time
Bride.
to say it? Yeah.
1 and
We've
2.
got time to say it.
Just the best films. I've
It's
forgotten
so
about them.
good.
How
With
many times did we watch that movie together? Like 1 and 2.
Oh my God, so
like
many
through
times.
our childhood.
And it's just, I
So
said to
many.
Nora the other day,
Yeah.
like, we have to watch it because it's so fun. We're having a booby shower.
It's a drive-by
shooting.
What do you say?
It's Martin Shaw, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
And
yeah.
Steve Martin, who are just the best of friends.
Two of them
Take it
together.
too far, Nick. It's like, okay, George, see you next Thursday. So many. I watched it so many times. We could
God, it's
literally
so
quote
good.
it.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
And I feel
I'm
like
writing it
whenever we
down.
were sad, you'd watch it. Whenever we were happy,
Yeah.
you'd watch it. It's like every...
Yeah. And Diane Keaton.
Oh,
So great.
Rest in
so
peace.
great. Love
So,
that.
Not Judges, hopefully there is something in there that you would like to watch with your kids. Let us know how you get on, Simon. Now it's time for Between You and Me, where our lovely listeners share their dilemmas, problems, or anecdotes, and we offer a little unqualified advice in return. We've had an email from Karen in Brentford. It reads, I wanted to share a story with you to get your opinion. We recently came back from a holiday to Turkey. It was a wonderful trip, but one thing that got my goat every day, sunbed hoggers around the pool. I just don't understand it. Every morning, before breakfast, people would send their kids down to the pool with their towels to reserve sunbeds. And so when we were ready to go down, there were none left. But there were also no people on them. By day 4, I started sending my kids down to the pool to remove the towels. My husband got cross with me, but I think it's fair enough. What would you do? Would your house be divided too? I love this energy, Karen. It drives me mad. And it really angers me when people... I don't mind you putting your towel on if you're going to be there at like 9 a.m, right?
Yeah.
Do not put your towel on the sunbed and then rock up at 1 in the afternoon.
No.
Like, unacceptable. Also, there's this great place. So we've done Eurocamp for the last 4 years. And one of the Eurocamps we went to, there was this amazing lifeguard who I literally was like, legend. Every day at 10:30, he would go round and he'd blow his whistle. He'd be stood by a bed. He'd blow his whistle and point to the bed. If nobody paid attention and came over to claim it, he'd take the towel off and he'd just start a little pile of towels. And then he'd go to the next one, blow the whistle. So it got everyone's attention, pointed at it, nobody claiming it. Okay, off. It was, I literally was like, this is the energy I need right there from you.
I've also done Eurocamp holidays and love them, by the way. And when we went to Italy last year, you rented like your spot.
Oh, that's clever.
It was. So it took away all of this towel nonsense.
Yeah.
And what would happen is you would rent your spot either for the morning or for the afternoon or for the day. Right. So if you were going to like pool it in the morning, go to the beach in the afternoon, what else? Right. So you could do the morning, afternoon, or the whole day. And the kind of etiquette was that if nobody was there, but it said like reserved and then, reserved Charlie and nobody was there, you'd go on it. And then if Charlie then came along, you'd be like, yeah, no worries. And then off you'd pop. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it was very much like respected. Civilized. But if you weren't using it, you could pop on, but you'd have to leave if they did come.
Yeah, I like that.
But then it was rented, paid for, and kind of like done without
sorted.
That aggro.
No aggro.
Yeah.
No, I feel like this situation that Karen's talking about is creating a bit of a like Lord of the Flies situation with the children. Like
I remember
like, some kids are going down to get the beds and other kids are coming down to take them off.
It's like a passive aggressive way of being like, no, isn't it?
When me and Matt were on our honeymoon 10 years ago now, I remember sitting having breakfast and watching everyone like run to like put their towels down. It's like manic, absolutely manic.
Yeah. You know what? It's because of where they are as well. So the loungers that are going to stay in the sun all the day, or the ones that are going to get the afternoon sun, or and so those ones are like the hot ones that go straight away, aren't they?
Yeah. But I think it's great that he went down and they sent the kids down.
They sent the kids. I love that they sent the kids down.
I love it.
I don't even have to deal with the aggro. I'm going to send my kids down to do it. Well, I think that's hilarious. So we love you, Karen. Fair play. Sending the kids in to do your
Get a whistle.
Befriend a nice lifeguard, give him a whistle and give him some instructions, I think. If there's a parenting drama or dilemma you want our unqualified advice on, then send us a DM or voice note on Instagram. You'll find us at I'm Not Judging But Pod. And don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube and Spotify. Please like and subscribe. Now it's time for In the News, where we unpack all the stories shaping modern parenting. One challenge we've discussed a few times is navigating SEND at school. We saw an article in The Guardian this week with the headline, "More than 1 in 5 pupils in England have special educational needs, figures show." We wanted to delve a little deeper into this. So this week, we've drafted in a little help from an expert. Lisa Galley is an autism consultant and mum to 3 autistic children, whom she has been parenting and advocating for over the last 30 years. She's also preparing to release her first book, very exciting, which gives parents permission to parent differently. Please give a very warm welcome to the lovely Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you. I feel very old now when you say I've been parenting for 30 years.
Oh no, honestly, we're absolutely delighted to have you here. This is a topic that we have discussed a lot in the past, and something that's really important to us. So can you just kind of start us off by explaining a bit more about your background, and how you learned that all three of your children are autistic, and just give us a little bit about you.
So my background is that I'm a speech and language therapist by profession, really, and I left the NHS about 8 years ago due to burnout, and I now work online as an autism consultant. It was purely accidental that I ended up doing this. I just started an Instagram account, and it kind of grew from that need that you were talking about, really, that, you know, so many of our kids in school and, you know, even before school, parents are starting to realise that they are neurodivergent, and there's such a backlog with diagnosis and getting that support that I think I kind of filled a bit of a need that was there, and it's just we've grown an amazing community since then. All three of my children are autistic. They are 31, 26 and 22. And I discovered they were autistic. It was actually when my youngest son was born. So he the baby, he was very different to the other two. And I was just like, I don't know what to do with this baby. He's just won't stop crying, and everything felt so hard. And I did what we all do. I started consulting Dr. Google. Yeah. And I'd had obviously some experience of working with children that were autistic. I'd worked in schools as well. And I started kind of to come upon this. And what I realised when I was doing my research, though, was that my son was autistic, my first son. It all started to sort of fall in place, really. So they were both diagnosed within 12 months of each other. So my eldest was diagnosed at 10. And then a year later, Barney, my youngest, who was just 2.5 at the time, was diagnosed. And that's quite little these days to get a diagnosis. So we were very lucky, you know, that we got that, but it was a bit of a culture shock. And then my daughter actually was only diagnosed just over a year ago, when she was 25. Yeah. So she kind of went under the radar because she's a girl. She was very good at masking. Her brothers were very loud with their needs, and she was sort of very quiet. What we know now is that actually internally she was having those meltdowns and she was really struggling. And as she got older and became a teenager, things became harder for her at school and, you know, at university. And being a girl, she got diagnosed with everything apart from autism, apart from autistic burnout. You know, she was diagnosed with anxiety, depression, all of those different things that we know many of our autistic girls go through before they reach that diagnosis. I don't know what the statistic is, but it's crazy, the percentage of extra diagnosis they get before they actually get that correct diagnosis. Yeah. So she was she was diagnosed a year ago. She's actually a special needs teacher. So she has had, you know, some really good support at work for that.
With your daughter, has it made a massive difference, her getting her diagnosis for her and, you know, just life in general?
Huge difference for her. I think out of all of them, for her, it was so important that she understood herself, but also that she felt that validation that actually, you know, she deserved the support just as much as her brothers did. And now we're trying to understand what that means for her now. And obviously we carry that guilt as parents, and I have a massive amount of guilt, which I always say to the parents I work with, you know, guilt's an empty emotion. It doesn't help anybody, but we still carry it. And so we're kind of trying to kind of go through that with her and let her be very open about what she needed when she was younger as well, that we didn't know that she needed. But definitely she's starting to unmask, and it's really, really nice to see that. And she's actually unmasking around us, and we didn't realise just how much she still masked when she was with us as parents. And I don't think she realised she did it herself. It's so kind of innate for her to feel safe. She needed to do that. So she's really starting to come into her own, and that can mean that actually she presents more autistic, which I think is something that people don't realise. Often I hear when girls particularly get that diagnosis, people will say, oh, well, you know, they're acting more autistic now than they were before, but they are, because that mask is gone and they feel more comfortable to show you their real self. And so she's showing us when she is having a meltdown now, rather than it happening all inside. So it's been huge for her and for us.
That's wonderful.
That is wonderful. If we could just go back to the article and just give a little bit more information about that. So many schools lack the funding, staff, space and specialist support needed to meet growing demand. The government says it will invest more than £4 billion in SEND support and plans to shift towards new individual support plans, although existing EHCP protections will remain in place until at least 2030. Autism is the most common primary need among children, with EHCPs accounting for about 1/3 of cases. And unsurprisingly, especially after what you just said, boys will make up more than 2/3 of EHCP holders, though the number of girls receiving plans is increasing more quickly. So could you kind of explain to us what SEND and EHCP, there's a lot of acronyms. You know, what that is, and also, you know, what autism is.
So autism is a neurodivergence. It's a different brain. That's the best way to describe it. And I think that's the most positive way to describe it. Being autistic means you have a different brain and that you process the world around you differently. That can be how you process what that input, that sensory input. Often autistic people are experiencing sensory input more pronounced, so they're more like hyper sensitive to what's going on around them. How autistic people communicate is very different to how neurotypical people communicate. And we also see sort of what's described as sort of repetitive and restrictive interests. I don't really like those terms because they're very negative, but we often see our autistic young people they really hyper focus on an interest, and they're so great at doing that. And I think that's a really positive thing. So that's a kind of a very sort of simplified explanation of what autism is. SEND stands for Special Educational Needs and Disabilities, and an EHCP is an Educational Healthcare Plan. Now, my kids never had an EHCP. It's a legal document that often children that have got SEND who are kind of above and beyond what the school can offer. Often parents or school will apply for an EHCP. It's a legal document that says this is what this child needs within the school setting. And because it's a legal document, so many families really do fight to get that, because we know that funding in school can be very limited. Schools have a SEND budget, and often that doesn't stretch to what we need it to. And that's not school's fault. That's not teachers' fault. That's bigger than what we're going to talk about today. So that's kind of a very simplified version. The government have recently put out a white paper where they've talked about actually there's a bit of a shake-up in EHCPs and what that's going to look like going forward. And so they're planning that there will be kind of these packages of care for certain children, where EHCPs eventually, what we're looking at is that people won't need to apply for an EHCP so much because the funding and support will be there in school. Whether that happens, I don't know. Whether that will happen, I know a lot of families are very nervous about losing that legal support that they're entitled to right now. It's a bit of a hot topic, and I'm not sure I could give it justice. I, as well as most people I speak to, find the HCP process very complicated and really difficult to navigate. So it's very topical at the moment.
It must be really scary for parents right now.
Yeah. It is a very scary time for them, yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about your book? And I just love the title, Parenting Your Autistic Child, Permission to Do It Differently. I think that is so important. That's something we've talked about a lot on the pod and outside of it as well. Why did you call your book that?
I called my book that because so many parents that I speak to, me included, how I feel this pressure to parent our kids in a neurotypical way. We're given parenting advice that is very neurotypical, and it doesn't work for our kids. And often it can feel really difficult to go against the grain, and we feel that guilt and that shame that sometimes the way that we parent our children can be really viewed as a bit lazy or a bit negative. And actually, it works because our kids have got different brains, their nervous systems are different, so we need to parent them differently. So my message really with writing the book is, it's okay to parent differently. We should be parenting differently because our children have different brains. So that essentially is the book in a nub. It is actually different brains, different parenting, different expectations.
I think that's brilliant, because I think that's reassuring, isn't it? It's giving the permission, like you just say, to parent differently and meet your child's needs. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think we do have so much shame, and the media feeds into that a lot, when we think about screen time and how we're, you see a parent give a child a screen in a restaurant, immediately, our thoughts go to, well, that's really lazy. But what we don't realise is if that child's neurodivergent, that's actually something that's allowing them to be in that environment. Having that screen is their predictable, safe space. And that might be the only thing that's going to help that family to stay in that restaurant. That's just one example. But, we do need to parent so differently. And I feel like the conversation is changing, but not fast enough for my liking. And my mission, if I was to describe it, is to change that conversation around parenting neurodivergent children, because I think it's really important that as a society we start to hear those messages more and more, because most people don't realise. Why would they? They wouldn't understand what it's like.
That whole thing of like looking at it as the outsider looking in and thinking, oh, that's just really lazy. It's often the absolute opposite, and you've had to think so many different ways of doing that one response, and tried and improvised so many times, and then to have that feeling of somebody or the world judging what you're doing is just like, people just don't get it, do they? And it's great that we're talking about it and that it's being spoken about more, because you're right, it's so important that send families feel supported, and like you said, you're carrying guilt and shame anyway for so many different reasons in your little home, that you don't need that added judgment.
Yeah, it's a really good point you make. Like we try so many things before we get to that point as well. It's not like as parents, we're not trying everything. We're trying everything we possibly can. But often the thing that we realise works, or, you suddenly find something that works to keep your child regulated and calm. And you have this kind of mind, I was going to use a swear word then, mind F, that actually it's a mind fuck. It's a mind fuck, and that it's completely the opposite to what we're taught. And so then you have that decision of, do I parent for somebody else, or do I parent for the child that's in front of me? And I think that's the thing that we're battling with every single day.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of parents listening will be so relieved to hear that what you're saying and the words that are coming out of your mouth. Is there any, it's hard, obviously, you've written an entire book about this. When's it out, by the way?
You can pre-order now, and publication date is the 27th of August.
Oh my gosh, that's so soon.
Not long.
So exciting.
Are there sort of any sort of even just like a couple of points that you'd love to kind of get across now to tell anyone listening who does have an autistic child, and they just need a little bit of help, a bit of advice?
Yeah, I think my biggest piece of advice is always pick your battles, because we talk about carrying guilt, we talk about carrying shame, but we're constantly worrying what other people think, and that is really draining, and it can push us into burnout, and it can make us so tired. So if you have to give your child a chocolate biscuit for breakfast, if that means they're going to get something in their tummy and get them in the car, but it means they're going to get to school, then okay, we've done that, that's fine, let that go. Or pick your battles, because there's enough that you're fighting already. I have a parent membership that I run, and we have something in there. You've said I can swear, so I'm going to say
go for
it. we call it the fuck it bucket. And so, we throw so much in there. We say, right, pick your battles, homework in the bucket, you know, someone else's opinion goes in there. So yeah, if you can grow a thick skin, if you can try and pick your battles, I think it makes life so much easier. It's not easy, but it does get easier over time.
Wow. I think we all need a fuck it bucket.
Yeah. I need to skip.
Oh my goodness. I think we could talk to you all day, Lisa. Honestly, what a wonderful human being you are.
Thank you.
Just some incredibly helpful advice, and just there's just such a kindness and wisdom that comes with what you're saying. So thank you so much for joining us. Girls, anything you'd like to say?
Just thank you very, very much. Yeah, thank you. We'll be ordering the book.
Yeah, I've pre-ordered.
It's so well
already.
Have you pre-ordered it already? Amazing.
Pre-order it. Oh,
Amazing.
I've been waiting for it.
Awesome.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much.
You can find Lisa online at school_run_mum_autism or her website lisagalley.com. We'll be back next week with our last episode for Series 3 before we and all of you go on our summer holidays. I've got 9 weeks ahead of me. Wish me luck. Thanks again, Lisa. Cheers, gorgeous girlies. Bye.
Thank you, Lisa.